All right, free radicals, welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is the Radical Independent. Hey, I'm trying to be cool and hip because, someone's going to say, okay, boomer. I love all of these progressive media guys out there who just think that if you say, bruh, like 62 times in a video, bruh, B-R-U-H. If you talk like my 15-year-old son, if you're like 60 years old and you're watching, you're going, shit, what did I just watch? What was this? And by the way, if you're thinking that my comments are maybe racist or no, this is language. This is the English language, all right? People need to be able to speak English and communicate to all people. So you err on the side of communicating in traditional English, not in cool hip slang for the year 2020 or 2019 or whatever. Bruh. Don't you understand, bruh? It's like Tulsi Gabbard, she's not going to win. So it's painful to do, but I'm going to press hard for a cabinet position for my queen. So she's your queen, huh? Man. This is disappointing. This is really disappointing. Look, I may be the last one standing, all right? And by the way, I got a couple of donations via PayPal in the last 24 to 48 hours. Basically, people expressing to me how they appreciated the fact that, you know what? I was going wall-to-wall Tulsi, and I'm like, maybe I should stop. And then I'm thinking to myself, no! This is what they want. The neo-progressives, they want me to stop. The media has wanted me to stop for a long time because I get algorithmed. I get demonetized. Hey, Dave, you keep talking Tulsi, we're gonna just demonetize you. Then I've got Rockfin. And everybody's over on Rockfin doing the Joe Biden is senile. Joe Biden has got problems with the English language. Ooh. Groundbreaking coverage from the comfy house. I combine both of them. Look, no offense, and by the way, to those guys, this is what they call sarcasm, okay? And if you can't take a joke, then you might want to do something else with your time. Look, someone has to be kind of like the moral arbiter, and apparently the loser idiot guy who used to be a Republican and voted for Trump, I'm going to be the guy that comes along and says, you guys are duplicitous. You don't know what you want. You're all over the map. You say one thing and then you talk about another thing. And then it's all about clicks and views. You could tell with me between the background here at the beautiful studios that I have, the background, all right, and this face at this age, 30 years ago, I was a pretty hot looking guy. So, whatever. Things happen. Age happens. They cure this whole aging thing. Man, I will smoke. You're watching Kyle Kalinske? No more. It'll be Dave all the time. All right, so a lot of venting there. A lot of like internal issues that I have. But I'm getting them out here. And this video, I'm going to try to upload it to YouTube, which is going to be totally unique. So Kim Iverson here is bailing. She's got her bucket and she's bailing. She's bailing on the candidate who she got the privilege of introducing in California at an event. Tulsi Gabbard got up on stage and said, I want to thank Kim Iverson. She's really good at what she does. And by the way, Kim is good at what she does. So I'm a little perplexed that loyalty doesn't mean a whole lot. If Tulsi Gabbard gave me a phone call tonight and said, hey, Dave, I really appreciate what you're doing. Tulsi, whatever you want. Whatever you want. And look, the only reason I say that is because human contact and the whole, I guess the interaction between one soul and another soul on this blue marble floating in the blackness through eternity. One soul to another making that statement would certainly lift my spirits at this stage. I've been doing this for over a year. Go back to the old days, my channel was called Save America, Vote Tulsi Gabbard. Yep, that was me. I thought of that before, the comfortable couch or the cozy house or whatever. I was just like, hey, it's Tulsi Gabbard. She's in the house. And she's the best candidate. And I would say that. I'd be like, can you believe this Gabbard? Can you believe what she's saying? She's on fire. So, the cabinet position for my queen thing is weak. Tulsi Gabbard should play second fiddle to nobody. Maybe she wants to be Secretary of State. Maybe she's okay with Vice President. Bernie is kind of old, so, if he kicks the bucket, which he might, because he's had a heart attack recently. Oh, the progressives, no, he's fine. He's 100%. He's going to be great. What are you talking about, Dave? Ageism, Dave. You're an ageist. Oh, okay, I'm an ageist. The dude has a heart attack and he's 78 years old. Now, if he had a heart attack and he was 58, I would say, you know what? Maybe he can live another 20, 30 years. And people having heart attacks at 78. What if he has a stroke and he's not able to perform the duties of being president? Because that happens a lot to people who have heart attacks. Something might cause a stroke. Now, I know all of the best medical professionals are on it. Here's the thing. Let's back it up a little bit, though, and talk about Bernie himself. On foreign policy, Bernie Sanders is a neoliberal. He's a neoliberal. Well, tell me what foreign policy he's not neoliberal on. A preemptive strike on somebody who does a weapons test on their own soil? And you're telling me that that's like cutting edge? That's what we've got now. You got Trump taking troops out of Afghanistan. And you're going to run a guy who believes in the Russian hoax. Oh, yeah, the Russian hoax, yeah. He's a thug. He's an autocratic thug, that Bernie Sanders. Or that, that Vladimir Putin. All right, I'm doing a lousy impression. I got to be really in the mood to do Bernie Sanders, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, he's neoliberal. He could be a train wreck. We don't know, because he's going to get in there and go, as long as I get Medicare for all, long as I get, hey, I'm better now. Long as I get Medicare for all, I can blow up anybody I want to. I'll just let the generals do what they want to do. As long as I get Medicare for all and free college tuition for everybody. And $15 an hour wages. Really? Because none of that crap means anything if you've got the war machine cranked up at 100%, Bernie. Doesn't mean anything. So, if you're going to put Tulsi Gabbard in that cabinet, Kim Iverson, really? You want Tulsi Gabbard to serve in the cabinet that believes in the war machine? Really? Kim Iverson? You want, again, I'm going to repeat this again for Kim, who, again, this is the first time I've gone after Kim, because I used to go on her YouTube page and I'm like, Kim, thank you so much. You're an inspiration. I love your stuff. Hey, we should talk sometime. You're great. Blah, 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 blah. So you want Tulsi Gabbard, the queen, to be in a cabinet that is pro-war. Really? Why? Because you think Tulsi is going to tell Bernie, hey, no, we need to pull all our troops out of... You really? Because I don't think that's it. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think her hands are going to get tied. And I don't think she should accept a position like that because she's too good for that. She's too good for it. If anything, here's my strategy for Tulsi Gabbard going forward. Kamikaze pilot. Right to the convention. Even, if there were 3 candidates left, it was Biden, Bernie, and Tulsi. Imagine the media. Well, yeah, Tulsi Gabbard is still in this race, and I don't know. We're not going to talk about her. But it's Biden and Bernie. Tulsi would... she might get included into the debate just because it's awkward. It's like, oh yeah, Tulsi's running, so yeah, we'll give her a shot. Tulsi Gabbard is not a warmonger. She doesn't believe in the national security state. She is skeptical about what the generals communicate back because she's been in the theater of conflict. There are thousands of United States veterans across this country that don't believe in the things that Bernie Sanders believes in. You know what they believe in? They believe in what Tulsi Gabbard has to say. And they keep showing up. 5,500 people in a room, even though she's got, 1.3% of the vote. I don't know. I think all the veterans need to get out there and vote for Tulsi Gabbard. Make a freaking statement. Don't just sit back on your couch and say, well, it's inevitable. We make it inevitable for these people. We make it that way. And a tweet like this makes it very inevitable. This is it. Hey, I'm done. I was her number 1 spokesperson, but I'm done. I introduced her at campaign events. She got up there, Tulsi Gabbard got up there and sung the praises of Kim Iverson, and I was filled with jealousy. I'm like, I've been doing this channel for a year. I know I don't have the resources. I know I don't have a rich dad. My dad, unfortunately, passed away last year. He didn't have a lot of money. He left me some of it. And I invested it in my children. That's what I did. Wasn't enough to, build a studio or do anything really fancy with. It was enough to pay some bills. Folks, I'm out of bullets, the gun. And by the way, I'm pro Second Amendment, but I do like background checks. I think those are a good thing. And assault weapons, I don't think you need them. But I'm out of bullets. I'm watching this thing unfold and I'm thinking to myself, why the hell am I even doing this now? Because I believe in a concept and everybody's telling me, nope, it's cabinet position time from the number 1 supporter, from someone that the campaign embraced. Did you communicate this to Tulsi firsthand? Since you're kind of connected to the campaign, did you say, hey, look, I believe that, you running for president is cool and all, but I'm going to start talking about cabinet positions and so forth. Now, granted, Tulsi was on Cavuto the other day and kind of hinted that if Bernie decided to run with Tulsi, then, Tulsi would make the ticket a little bit more palatable. But that's not what this is about. This is about something much bigger. This is about either do we capitulate again or do we fight? And if we fight, who cares if we just are all alone fighting? Look, I'm an army of one. I'm an army of one. You can join me here on YouTube, Twitter, and everywhere else. You can join me in your own community as an army of one, or you can do this. Capitulate. Time for a cabinet position for my queen. Because I know that Tulsi Gabbard is such a wallflower that she's going to love being in a cabinet. Secretary of State. I've been hearing this all the time. Secretary of State. Do you think they'll let Secretary of State Tulsi Gabbard do what Tulsi wants to do? Nope. I don't. Based on Bernie's answers to the New York Times, nope. Now, you can think differently because you're all optimistic and you've got Hey, Dave, this was never meant to be. Tulsi never had a shot. All these progressives were basically saying, Bernie, 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 Bernie. Tulsi. Oh, Tulsi. Did you hear about Tulsi? Bernie, 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 Bernie. Meantime, you got Bernie Sanders embracing the Russiagate hoax. Embracing it. Well, Putin, he's a thug. Tulsi Gabbard, don't we want to get along, cooperate? How are you going to fix climate change if you're... Climate change is an existential threat, Dave. It's really bad, and we got to do something about it. What, Bernie? We're going to take on Russia? We're going to fight Russia? Because that's going to make the climate change go away. Huh? Yeah, that's the way to cure it. That's the way to make CO2 levels drop. Let's go to war with Russia. Wow. How did we get here? You know how we got here? We got a bunch of progressive people that want clicks. They do videos. Look at me. I'm not getting the clicks. Right? I got people leaving my channel right now. I lost 34 subscribers in like a week. Bye, Dave. You were cool when you were just, whatever. They're just leaving. It's awesome. I look at my little phone. I got my phone over here, and I got this app, right? And I you can pull it up. It's what's it called? Well, I got it from my music channel too, so it's pretty cool. But then I go over to, I can't get there now because I'm doing a video. Oh, here it is, the Radical Independent, 7,280 subscribers. At one point, I had over 7,300. See, you can see the revenue. The monthly revenue is now under $10 a day. $296.05 if you want to know what it is per month. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you can't because it's too bright. But that's what I'm earning per video or per month. $296.11. Thanks, YouTube. Oh, and I just saw the stat. It's minus 30 right now in the subscribers. Minus 30 subscriber change. Kim Iverson, though, she's over 200,000 subscribers, and she just said bye-bye to Tulsi Gabbard. Bye-bye. It's painful to do, but I will press hard. Really, Kim? Do you have that much pull? And do you really want to waste Tulsi Gabbard in a cabinet? Ugh. Maybe Tulsi told her, I will eat all of this crow. I will have a bowl of crow right here on YouTube. I'll have my bowl and have a fork, and I'll just start eating crow when Tulsi Gabbard accepts a position in the Bernie Sanders administration. I will do that. On live television or YouTube, whatever. Recorded, I will do it right here, and there'll be a video. So, I have said enough, but my point here is that it's getting kind of lonely. It's getting kind of lonely doing what I'm doing. The comfy couch house and the Kim show. And look, I would never go after Kim because I think she's brilliant. I think she's photogenic. I think she's articulate. I think she works hard when she does research. I think she's added to this conversation. But man, oh man, this is like, again, get the buckets so we can start bailing. Kim, you introduced Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard basically selected you to get out there and be the face of this. To kind of say, progressive media, obviously Joe Rogan is the king. But then somebody like Kim Iverson comes along, and then you got Jimmy Dore out there too. And Jimmy Dore, by the way, has not said he will press hard for a position for the Queen. I mean, they kind of do what they do. They talk about Bernie, and that indicates that they're not all that interested in Tulsi. I don't know, folks. I started doing this because when I watched Tulsi Gabbard, I thought a unifying voice, somebody who could bring the left and the right together, somebody who could end the polarization and the constant 24-hour news cycle. Remember when you could go about your life and not worry about what Trump was saying because they were so obsessed with Donald Trump that Trump shouldn't have been elected, because they were so embarrassed because really Hillary Clinton was such a bad candidate. They're so embarrassed. So every day they try to justify, and they do it for ratings. Trump was a huge ratings boom to them. And if Trump, by the way, if Trump loses, they're going to lose a lot of ratings, because if it's Bernie or Biden or Bloomberg, God forbid, if it's any of those people, nobody's going to care about watching the president speak on television. With Trump, it's like, all right, bring the cameras in. One of the reasons Tulsi Gabbard was probably the least sought after candidate within the media is because her press conferences would be all about aloha and unity and love and trying to unite people, where the current political climate, whether it's Chuck Schumer or Donald Trump, it's all about getting people on either side angry and ramped up and hating one another. And Tulsi's not into that. And do I think that Tulsi Gabbard is now pining for a position in the cabinet? Nope, I don't. And by the way, it's beneath her to even tweet this out. It's beneath her to tweet this out. So Kim, I love you. I do. Think you're a great media personality. But this serves no one. Let the process and Tulsi make these decisions. Process is rigged, but Tulsi Gabbard's heart is not. Tulsi Gabbard will tell you, Kim Iverson, when it's time for her to bow out gracefully. If she decides to even do that. And she'll go right to the convention, and she'll still not buy into this. She can go off and do anything she wants with her life. 38 years old. She's got a whole life ahead of her to do what she wants to do. She can consult in so many areas. She can help other candidates. Or she could start a movement outside the two-party system, which I hope and pray that she does. Because again, Kim, Jill Stein says you can't have a revolution and a counter-revolutionary party. And she's right. So if you want her to be a cabinet person, secretary of whatever, inside a corrupt system, well, I think you're asking Tulsi Gabbard to do something that's not morally right. All right, I could talk for another hour, but I think I've used up my goodwill, and I have offended so many. So even if YouTube demonetizes this, what I will do, because this video is so important to me, is it will be uploaded both to YouTube and to Rockfin. And I apologize to the folks over at Rockfin, but I want to get this on both platforms because it's important. All right, folks. I'm done. See you soon.